Hello, beautiful creatures. Welcome back to my channel, Phyrra. If you're new here, my name's Cordelia, and I like to talk about cruelty-free beauty and gothic fashion, mental health, and more. So if you want to join in the conversation, be sure to click that little subscribe button down below. That'll let you know whenever I have a chance to upload. So today's video is going to be the content creator tag. I did not create this. I will look up and figure out who created it and put that in the description box down. I will look up who created this tag and put it in the description box down below. I saw this tag on two different channels, on Angelica's channel, you know, the one who has the gorgeous Hella palette with Odin's Eye, and I also saw it on my friend Linda's channel from Glitter Fallout. So I will put links to their videos in my description box as well. So let's get on to this tag. As somebody who's been in the blogosphere for 14 years, I'm sure this is going to be fun. Question number 1. How do you feel about the term influencer, and do you consider yourself one? Okay, so I personally don't really care for the term influencer, but I suppose I am one. I really prefer the term, like, I guess, I feel like I more inspire people, which I guess that's just splitting hairs to say whether you influence or inspire. But my goal is not to influence you to spend all of your money on things. My goal is to inspire you to either shop your stash or to buy new things if it's going to fit your collection. I want to help you save money. That's one of the reasons why I do lots of like swatch and comparison posts. I feel like stuff like that can be really helpful. And so, yeah, I think to me, I feel it's very important to be comfortable in the skin you're in and embrace who you are and love who you are. So I feel like I try to show that you can be unique, like I am unique, and step out of your comfort zone and do fun things. Yeah, I really want to inspire people to step outside of the box of normalcy and just embrace being their weird and wonderful selves. And I also want to inspire people to be kind. There is not enough kindness in this world, and kindness is free. So I hope that I inspire you to be kind. Question number 2. How did you decide to become a content creator? Okay, so back in 2006 is when I first got into the blogosphere and started reading blogs. I would say it was around 2008 because that's when I started my blog, but what caused me to start my blog is that I got into indie and mineral makeup, and I was trying to look for a foundation that would match my fair complexion. Just for reference, I'm a very fair neutral to cool yellow olive. And if you ask some people, I have a blue undertone. If you ask other people, I have a cool yellow undertone. If you ask other people, I have an olive undertone. Either way, I'm cool toned. But it was very hard for me to get a match that was the right depth for my complexion because a lot of things were just too dark. And this was back, like I said, this was back in like 2006, 2008. So I decided that I would start a blog and share my reviews of like all of the indie makeup that I got into, that I was buying, to say, hey, this is what their foundation and eyeshadows and blushes look like, and share that with people because there weren't a lot of people doing it at the time. And basically, yeah, I guess I kind of got into it because I wanted to help others and share what I found, and so people didn't have to, you know, spend money like I was spending money to find something that worked for them. Question number 3 is, what is your experience with knowing other creators in real life or otherwise? Has it been good or bad? And I would have to say that overwhelmingly, my experiences with other content creators have been great. They've all been positive. From my friend Jen from My Beauty Bunny, who was really the person who helped influence me to go cruelty-free back in 2012. So, you know, basically 10 years ago, a decade ago. I think that, you know, she's a wonderful person. She and I are really close. We talk several times a week. I went to her wedding in Scotland. So I've developed some really strong, deep friendships with people that I have met online through through blogging. I've met a ton of awesome people that were in the Phyrra Hex Squad on Discord and on Facebook. Some of the other content creators that I've met, I have met Angelica when I went to Sweden with Eden Minerals and had a wonderful time talking about makeup with her. Like, she is just like she is in her videos. She will tell you exactly what she thinks, the good, the bad, and the ugly, and she has wonderful taste in makeup. I love her bold colors, as you know, so that's part of why I bought her collab. I've gone to several blogger events. I've spoken at different blog events. So I've been to IMATS, Cosmoprof, Premiere. I can't even think of all of the ones, but I've been to plenty of them and met lots of people and been on panels with them. I have spoken on a panel with some of the OG content creators like Encore from Encore Makeup. Other content creators that I've loved, that I've hung out with, have been like Miranda from Slashed Beauty. She is a wonderful human, so much fun, so genuine. I also really like Katie Marie. Haven't met her in person, but just online. So I mentioned I have had a few bad experiences, and I think I can probably just chalk up my bad experiences to the fact that I'm an authentic human. And so if you tell me that you live local to me and you want to hang out and you know, would like to hang out, I would take that at face value and I will reach out and say, hey, do you want to hang out? And apparently with some people in the blog sphere, that they don't actually mean that. They're just paying lip service. So I know that I personally have taken people at their word and then ended up feeling a little bit hurt when they didn't respond. But like I said, that's on me. That's because I'm an authentic human. I wouldn't say authentically to somebody, yeah, I want to hang out with you if I don't actually want to. Number 4, do you accept sponsorships and how do you feel about them? So I do occasionally accept sponsorships, and how I feel about them is that yes, yay, I am being paid for my work. I would far rather a brand pay me for like some sort of like year-long brand ambassadorship like I've done with Cover FX or Hot Topic, than necessarily ask you to, hey, support me and pay me in another way. I do use affiliate links, so I feel okay about that because I'm like, hey, if you like this product, you like my review, you like my swatches, and you want to shop through my affiliate link, that helps me out. That's awesome, but no pressure. At the end of the day, it's for me, I'm trying to help you decide whether or not you want to buy the thing or not buy the thing, or if you have something that's already similar to that in your collection so you don't need it. So I will only accept sponsorships from brands that align with my values, that I feel like it's helpful information to share, or that I think you would want to know about. And I would say that I get, because I've been doing this for, 14 years, I get tons of emails every day, every week, and I turn down probably 95 to 98% of them just because either I don't feel that they're a good fit, or I'm not interested in them, or I don't have the time. The few things that I do respond to, oftentimes then I get nothing back because a lot of brands just don't want to pay, and that's fine. But if you're going to pitch at me that you want me to create a post or a video and follow all of these guidelines, I'm not going to do that unless you're going to pay me money. Otherwise, you're just going to get it the way I want to do it. So that's probably why in general you don't see me doing sponsored content very often. I think I probably do the most sponsored content either through my blog or maybe Facebook or Instagram, but I don't do it very often. So number 5, have you ever had an experience with a brand that left a bad taste in your mouth? Oh my God, yes, several. There have been many in the past 14 years. One of the very first ones I can ever think of was Orglomics, because they were horrible. There have been other companies with repackaging, and they didn't like it when I mentioned that they were repackaging products from Ladybird. And so I've received like cease and desist letters. I've had people threaten to sue me just for writing about the truth. So yeah, I've had some brands leave some bad tastes in my mouth. I'd say one of the worst I've ever experienced was from a hair brand. Actually, I've had a couple bad hair brand stories, but there was a hair brand that launched, I think back in like 2014, and I was one of the first bloggers to partner with them. I did reviews on their stuff. I did giveaways with them. I did all kinds of promotion for them for several years. I'd say 5 years to be exact. And then they reached out to me and asked me to write a post for them in a specific way using specific keywords and all of this stuff for Earth Day. And I'm a sucker for certain things like Earth Day or, Dog Day, stuff like that. For causes I care about. And so I was going to do this. And then the brand came at me and said, oh, and you have to include do follow links. And I'm like, no, because that is against Google's terms of service. And you're using me. You're trying to get me to do all of this work for you for free. And I know you're paying other content creators because I've seen it, but you don't want to pay me, but you want to access my audience and all of this stuff. So no, that whole thing left such a bad taste in my mouth. I will not buy from that brand. And of course, there was the incident with the vegan luxury brand that I will not name, who has been very, very unhappy with the fact that I ever posted a review calling out the flaws in their design. Question number 6, how do you deal with negative comments? So the way I deal with negative comments is I block, delete, ban, and move on, because 95% of the negative comments that I received are personal attacks on me. They're either calling me fat, old, ugly, talentless. I mean, I could go on and on about the horrible things people have said about me, and they feel like they have the right to say to me because they're hiding behind their little, keyboard online. But so I block, delete, ban. It used to really, really bother me a whole lot Like I would cry, I would be in tears. And Temptalia, like Christine from Temptalia gave me some really good advice. She gave me the advice to create a Word document and put all of the kind things that people say to me into that Word document, so that in the future, whenever somebody says something nasty and negative, I can go through and read like 5 or 10 of the nice things to outweigh that. And that's something that I've done that I have found to be very helpful. I've also obviously learned how to process things in therapy with my therapist, but also not engaging with trolls and just deleting, banning, moving on, because really they're a person who is hurting, and I'm not going to be able to help them. They're lashing out, and I just don't want to have anything to do with them. Now, the 5% that's going to be either constructive criticism for a product or myself, I do look at it, take it into consideration. But if it's a comment like, you suck, not, hey, your blending is blah, but you can improve it by doing Y, no, I'm just going to delete it, move on, because it's just not worth my time or energy. Question number 7, what's your biggest pet peeve when it comes to comments? So I think my biggest pet peeve when it comes to comments is when people think that they're leaving you constructive criticism, and it's not. It's just negative, hateful, spiteful crap. When people leave a comment and all they're doing is basically insulting you for things you can't change about your appearance, or like say you have tremors because of like how you might shake, stuff like that, they're just being an asshole. In my opinion, if you're somebody who hates me, you don't like my content, you don't like what I'm doing, unsubscribe and move on. Nobody is holding a gun to your head forcing you to watch my channel. No one. I'm going to let you in on a nice little secret about the internet, and that is that if you don't like something, you don't have to watch it. You can just scroll on by, move on by without saying anything, without being negative. You can just keep moving. You don't have to say nasty things to people just because you're having a bad day. Question number 8. What is your favorite part about being a content creator? I would say that my favorite part about being a content creator is being able to help all of you, interact with all of you, and share my knowledge. I mean, that's why I'm very active in my Hex Squad Facebook group. I'm active on my Discord. I respond in there to questions all the time. And I love making content for you. I've just been so overwhelmed because of my job stress and things going on in the world, as well as being, stalked and harassed. So that just has basically cut back on me feeling comfortable putting out content, especially video content. But, I love to share my makeup swatches, shop my stash to show you similar colors, do like foundation comparison swatches for you to help you figure out, hey, is this going to work for me? All of that stuff I really enjoy. I like helping people save money so they can spend it the right way as opposed to waste it. Because I don't want to waste my money. I want to spend it the right way. Number 9, what's your least favorite part about being a content creator? I would say my least favorite part about being a content creator is dealing with the fact that all of these brands want something for nothing. They try to take advantage of you, or it might be the online harassment and stalkers from people who have nothing better to do with their time. Both of those really suck and are my least favorite part of content creation. The other thing I'm really over is having to create content for an algorithm. So I don't care about YouTube's algorithm anymore. I don't care about Instagram's or Pinterest or anybody else. I create content when I have time to create content and put it out there. And if people see it, that's fantastic. And if they don't, okay. I don't have it in me at this point in time with my job and everything to try to worry about getting through the algorithm. I just don't. That's why I don't post 7 days a week anymore. Question 10, do you edit your own content? And if you do you enjoy it? Yes, I do edit my own content, and I do enjoy doing it. However, I also edit content for my friends Jenny and Natty over at the Nighthearts. I'll put a link to their channel up here so you can go check them out. And I love doing their content. Every time I edit their videos, I am always laughing. It puts me in a great mood. They are so much funnier than I am. I wish I could be that funny. But I really do enjoy making content with you. I think probably my favorite type of videos to make right now are either chatty videos or like fashion videos. I like doing tutorials, but they take a lot more work editing wise. And I don't think people understand just how much work goes into making like a tutorial video. It can take, 2 to 4 hours worth of work just to create a video and get it all done and do all of the steps that do everything that needs to be taken care of. But yeah, I really do enjoy making content and editing it. I enjoy it quite a bit. I do it a lot. I do it professionally as well. I make videos at my work as well. And I have previous jobs too. So something I enjoy doing. Question number 11, where do you draw the line in sharing on social media? So here's the thing. I used to share a whole lot more on social media and I didn't mind. However, because I've been dealing with online harassment and stalking, I have pulled way back from sharing online and I don't feel comfortable sharing very much at all anymore, other than like the barest little bits about me here and there, just because of dealing with harassment and stalking. I sincerely hope that the people harassing and stalking me get the mental health help that they need and leave me alone. Number 12, name one thing that you wish you knew when you were starting out. Oh, that is so easy. The number one thing that I wish I knew when I was first starting out was how to deal with the negative comments. And as I mentioned earlier in this video, Christine from Temptalia gave me the best tip for how to deal with those negative comments, and that's to create a Word document of all of the positive things that people say, and every time somebody leaves you a positive comment, you add those positive comments into that Word document so that you can then go back and read through it later whenever you're dealing with all of the nasty comments from other people. That it'll make you'll feel better, because you basically need to read like 10 positive comments to balance out one negative comment. So if you have like somebody who's a jerk who leaves 2 or 3 negative comments, you want to go through and read a bunch of positive stuff. It's a really great tip. It's really easy to do and anyone can do it starting out. Question number 13. Is there any change that you'd like to make to your content in the future? Okay, so absolutely yes. I would like to find another full-time position where it's not so mentally and emotionally exhausting, so that I can go back to creating content on a schedule that I prefer. I prefer to create at least 2 videos a week, 1 to 2 videos a week, and then write at least 3 blog posts a week. And right now, I just cannot do that with my full-time position and everything I have going on in my life and all of the stressors and trying to hold my sanity together by a shred. I am hoping that I'll be able to make some positive changes over the next year, so I'll get back to posting more frequently, because I miss it. I love interacting with you all, and I hate that I've had to pull back. Number 14, what company or collaboration is your dream? Honestly, this is a really good question. I think right now my dream fashion collab would probably be with either Foxblood or Black Craft Cult, or maybe Black Milk Clothing. I really, really love Foxblood clothing. It's like soft jersey, and it's like very, very simplistic, minimalistic basics that I can dress up with my jewelry, my accessories, whatever. And Black Milk makes like 2 of my favorite outfits. One of my favorite underbust dress, I'll put a picture of it over here so you can see it. But my favorite underbust dress, Black Milk makes, and I really love this suspender set that I have from them too. So I would love to do something with like one of them. Oh, and the reason I would say Black Craft is because Black Craft makes like, I'd say probably half of my favorite crop tops that I wear these days. If I'm not at work, I am pretty much living in crop tops and leggings, because that's my style lately. I just feel like I look really good in that combination, and it's comfortable. And so, but yeah, I would love to, like, those would be one of my dream collabs in fashion. As far as makeup goes, if I had a dream collab, it would probably be with either Terra Moons or Black Moon Cosmetics or Necromancy Cosmetica, or maybe Sugar Pill. But I would say I'd either want to create like some awesome multi-chrome collection or some awesome lipsticks. I really love Black Moon and Necromancy Cosmetica and Melt Cosmetics lipstick formulas, and I really, really love the Terra Moon's multi-chrome formula. Number 15, what other content creators do you admire or would you like to work with? Ooh, this is tough because there are several that I would admire and or like to work with. I would have to say number 1 would be La Carmina, because I have been following La Carmina since the live journal days. She's this beautiful gothic fashion travel blogger person, and she's so sweet, and I have loved watching her travel throughout the past, I think decade and a half, because I think she's been doing it for 15 years or more. I also would love to do some sort of collab with Robert Welsh, because I feel like he and I would vibe. We have kind of like the same goth aesthetic going on, and I love all of the purple makeup looks that he does. It just makes me happy. We seem to share a lot of similar tastes. Also, another thing about Robert Welsh is that his Makeup and Ghost Stories series is my all-time favorite series ever on YouTube. Like, I just could listen to those videos forever. I apparently just really love the Makeup and Ghost Stories thing. I'm a huge fan of Angelica's because of her use of color, the fact that she loves color and isn't afraid to use it, and just, likes to also embrace stepping outside of most people's comfort zones and stepping outside of neutrals. It's just, she's so much fun. She's also very authentic. Like I mentioned, when I hung out with her in Sweden, we talked about makeup. It was just like, when I was watching her YouTube channel. She's very authentic, very sweet, and has lovely taste in makeup, in my opinion. I would say some other beauty creators that I admire right now would be Jamie Page and Alexandra Anil, because they're both very chill. I may not necessarily like their tastes and styles and makeup. I mean, like, actually, Alexandra's had some great videos, but just in general, I like how chill they are, and I find them very relaxing and fun to watch. In the non-beauty space, I absolutely love Evie Lupine. She is a BDSM and polyamory and asexuality educator, and I find it fascinating to watch her videos. And obviously, I love my friends Jenny and Natty. I love their channel for basically just fun and food and, you know, doing the 5-pound dance. And if you haven't seen their 5-pound dance, you need to go over to the channel and check it out. I'm just saying, because I love to do the 5-pound dance daily. Question number 16, what type of content do you hate? So, let me tell you, what type of content do I hate? I don't know, because whenever I see things I don't like, I just skip it. In general, I don't have time anymore for content that makes me unhappy, content that pisses me off. And like my elder goth auntie Jillian says, if you don't like it, skip on by. The internet is a choose your own adventure. Mute, block, filter as much as you need to have a good time. And that's what I do. It's the best thing you can do, in my opinion. You don't need to be harassing content creators just because you don't like how they apply their eyeshadow, or you don't like the colors they use, or you think that they're ugly, or you think that they're fat or talentless. Oh, on the note of content I hate, I do hate ads. I hate ads a whole lot. So because of that, I pay for a YouTube Premium to let me skip and avoid ads. I have like the YouTube family plan, and I put Dave and Carly and Sarah and some other friends of mine on it so that we are sharing a plan. But that's what you do if you hate ads, in my opinion, or hate most content. Just freaking skip it. And the last question, number 17, is have you ever had to deal with cancel culture, and if so, how? And oh boy. So I don't know if you would call this cancel culture, and let me put a trigger warning right here that there is going to be talk of self-harm coming up. So if that is something that bothers you, please skip this. I will put a little chapter to skip this section for you so you don't have to watch it. So I don't know if you would call this cancel culture, but at one point in time, there was an indie like skincare company owner, and this owner basically got a bunch of other indie makeup companies, indie companies, and their followers and minions to start harassing me. So for a 2-year period of time, they left comments on my blog, my Facebook, basically all my social platforms and channels, telling me that I was stupid, I was ugly, I was fat, I was talentless, and that I should quit blogging or I should kill myself. And they did this for years. This went on and on. It was horrible harassment. One of the biggest indie company owners that was involved in this was Caitlin from Shiro Cosmetics, and she even created some horrific transphobic art that was like Adolf and Hitler, and said something about, like, you know, she was like pro-rape or whatever. And when she got called out for it later, she tried to say, oh, I was only 21 and I didn't know any better. And I'm like, sweetie, I don't think that's the case, because you already had a child at that point. And if you're already a parent, you probably know right from wrong. Just gonna go out on a limb and say that. But anyway, some of the people that were involved in that 2-year sprint of harassing me have actually come forward and apologized to me since it happened, and said, hey, I'm sorry, I got pulled up into this. And I've accepted their apologies and moved on, because they apologized and they were genuine and meant it. So I got over it. Now, the reason for the trigger warning is that when this happened, I was also dealing with a lot of extreme work stress, and between the two, I got into a bathtub and thought about killing myself, and had a knife and was getting ready to do it. And instead of doing it, I decided that I would call my doctor and said, hey, I don't really want to live anymore. I'm miserable. I hate this. This is what's going on. I hate everything about my life and all of this stuff. I just basically trauma dumped everything on him. And he got me onto medication, and I got into therapy, and that has helped tremendously, obviously. But I wouldn't wish that on anybody. And obviously, I think it's horrible when people do that. So, yeah. I'd say that's probably my experience with cancel culture, was being harassed. And the ironic thing about how I got harassed, it all came out of some other indie drama that didn't have to do with me, but because I bothered to to defend somebody and say, oh, I don't think they're a bad person, so everybody just decided to dogpile on me. Now, it came out later on that that other person was absolutely a bad person. I just didn't know. But I was going off of the facts that I had at the time, and I said, these are the facts I have, and as far as I can see, she didn't do these things that you said she did. All right, well, I hope that you've enjoyed all the tea that I've spilled in this little content creator tag. Please let me know your thoughts in the comments below. If you have some other tags you would like me to do, let me know, like either send me a message, drop me a line here, whatever, and I will do them. I'm finding it easier right now to do things like that as opposed to just continue to talk about my personal life and all of the stressors and stuff that's been going on. So anyway, I miss you all, I love you, and I will see you next time. Bye.